LIZA Soberano shares vulnerable and painful truths about her past. The actress also talks about how she's reclaiming her power. In a tell-all, actress LIZA Soberano is candid and unscripted about her tumultuous and traumatic childhood on an episode of Can I Come In?, a podcast cinema documentary hybrid by Sarah Baba. Soberano shared many vulnerable and painful truths for the first time, recounting years of raw memories and trauma from her childhood, from growing up with a drug-addicted mother, surviving an abusive foster home, enduring an estranged relationship with her father, to finally learning how to choose herself. Play video. LIZA Soberano reveals childhood trauma, mother's drug use, foster parent abuse. "You survived so much suffering," Baba told her before they began. "We are sitting with a goddamn warrior. Thank you for trusting me to hold this space for your truth." Like Bonnie and Clyde. Soberano. Born Hope Elizabeth Hanley Soberano in Santa Clara, California, on January 4, 1998, was raised by young parents who were misguided and unprepared. Her mother, Jacqueline, was 18, and her father, John, was 22, and they were both working hard to make ends meet. "They were kind of like this Bonnie and Clyde duo, not really thinking about the consequences for me," she said. Her mom had a really bad addiction to crystal meth, she shared, adding that her father faced multiple criminal charges, including drug manufacturing and illegal firearm possession. He was eventually deported, leaving her mother to raise LIZA and her younger brother alone. Her mother's addiction worsened, even during pregnancy, leading to her brother being born addicted to the drug. "It's kind of crazy, because it comes to me in flashes, like in very vulnerable moments, like a sense will get triggered and I can remember these moments, and these memories have been validated by the things that a lot of the grown-ups around me have told me," she added. One of Soberano's earliest and most visceral memories was being taken by her mother's then-boyfriend, Michael, who had stolen a van, and her trying to get out of a car seat when she was 2 years old. The family went missing for days and became the subject of a police search for kidnapping. She recalled being left alone in a car seat at night while her mother and Michael slept in the back. One morning, she managed to unbuckle herself and attempted to escape, only to be caught and carried back. When her mother left to buy groceries at Walmart, Michael tried to force Soberano to hit her baby brother with a car seat. "I remember being so confused because I was like, why do you want me to hit my brother's head? I'm a child. I can't even comprehend what's going on," she said. When she refused, he struck her in the head with a gun. The next thing she knew, her mom was running back to the car. A few minutes later, sirens were heard. Her mom had called the cops. With both parents gone, her mother in prison and her father absent, Soberano and her brother entered foster care. She eventually stayed with a woman named Melissa, whom she described as psychologically and physically abusive. After the incident, Soberano's mom was hospitalized for a while and arrested right after, leaving her and her brother parentless. They stayed with their grandmothers for a while, but due to their old age, were not in the condition to care for both toddlers. Soberano and her brother ended up in foster care. Melissa was the foster parent she remembers staying the longest with. "She was supposedly my mom's high school best friend, but that was really far from the truth," Soberano said. Soberano recalls vividly abusive memories with Melissa, who would humiliate her by calling her the family dog and making her sit in a cardboard box during movie nights. She recalled being forced to eat a meatball until she choked, and in another incident, being told to clean dog feces on the rug with her tongue. She even grabbed the back of Soberano's head and forced her to do so. When social workers visited, Melissa would suddenly treat her well, even giving her candy. "Whenever the social worker came by, I'd lie and say everything was fine," Soberano admitted, believing the kindness was genuine. "I would lie because I would actually believe that she loved me when she said she loved me, because when you're a kid, that's just what you do. You believe anything that an adult says because you think that they have your best interest," she said. But the abuse worsened. "It got really bad because at one point she just stopped being like a human to me," she recalled. On the way to a fast food restaurant, everyone in the car placed their orders at the drive-thru, except her. When she finally asked for chicken nuggets, Melissa refused, telling her she couldn't eat. She remembers silently crying in the back seat, careful not to make a scene for fear of what might happen. Back at the house, as the rest of the family went inside, Melissa stopped Soberano at the door and told her she couldn't come in because she had been a bad girl and needed to be punished. That night, Soberano had to sleep in the garage, which was cold, dark, and had no bed. She banged on the garage door, sobbing and begging to be let in, until Melissa finally opened it. And then she opened the door and she told me that if I didn't shut up, that she would stuff Justin, my little brother, in the freezer. And so I stayed quiet and I slept there that night. Food was later used as another form of control. It was a series of her not feeding me and then feeding me. So she would not feed me for days, and then all of a sudden feed me a lot of food. And it came to a point where she didn't feed me for like 3 days, I think, she said. One day, the social worker made a surprise visit. And that was the first time that the social worker had seen the signs of abuse on her body. According to Soberano, her body was skinny, but her stomach was so big, it was bloated. After foster care, Soberano lived with grandparents before moving to the Philippines at age 10 due to financial struggles. There, she reunited with her father, a relationship she described as uncomfortable and estranged. He demanded so much from me as a daughter that I feel like it was unmerited because he wasn't around, she said. She remembered that her childhood taught her to make myself so small out of fear of being a burden. I tolerated and accepted a lot of disrespect and abuse out of fear of losing people that weren't afraid of losing me. I think baby Liza just needed people to keep their word. There was no lack of words of affirmation. People told me they loved me, but then they would do the complete opposite of what you do when you love someone, she shared. So that's why words don't really mean anything to me. It's all about action. Because you could say you love someone. You could say that, you know, you're trying your best. You're doing your best. That you want the best for someone. But if your actions don't show it, then it's not true. When asked what freedom looks like to her today, Soberano said, "Freedom looks like an open field, just full of life, full of green pastures, flowers, butterflies, birds. It feels like it just feels so open and airy, and it feels safe. It's really beautiful." "Do you feel like you have that freedom right now?" the host asked, to which Soberano answered no bluntly. "What do you need to get that freedom?" the host asked again. "I need to let go. I need to let go of caring about what other people think about me before caring about what I think of myself. I need to put myself first, and I need to truly not give a fuck." Can you make a promise to Hope, to Liza right now, that she's going to do that moving forward? Liza tells herself, "Hope, I promise you, I'm never going to let anyone make you feel inferior, ever. Don't let people hurt you. Don't stay because you're afraid of rocking the boat. Love yourself first, and life will get so much better."
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the latest hot news of the press.